you're watching the St. Johns County, Florida housing market and trying to figure out if it's still a seller's market or whether things are finally starting to shift towards buyers, July's numbers just answered that question. So let's get into it. If you're new here, I am Melissa Anderson. I am with eXp Realty. I'm your Northeast Florida, St. Johns County realtor. I drop new videos every Tuesday and Friday, all about what it's like to relocate here, move here, communities, housing market, all of those things that you would need to know if you're doing your research. So thanks for tuning in. All right, as always with these monthly market stat videos, I post the stats right here on the screen so that you can follow along with me. And if you have any questions about these, if you want a specific zip code, a specific neighborhood that you're interested in, just let me know in the comments or shoot me. You can call, text, email using my information here or in the description below, and I'd be happy to send you that information. Now let's look at this median sales price for July. And again, this is for single family home sales just in St. Johns County. The median sales price in July was at $589,060. That was up 1.9% from June, but essentially it's still flat year over year, just down 0.8 compared to July of last year. So prices aren't spiking, but they're not necessarily dropping either. They've just been holding steady year over year. And then sold price per square foot tells a similar story. That was $255. That was up slightly over month and year over year. But let's look at speed and demand. So homes are still moving fast. Days on market came in at just 33 days, and that's down considerably, 27.5% compared to a year ago. And if you're a buyer, that tells you that homes that are priced right are sitting around. But here's where it kind of gets interesting. So new pendings, meaning homes that were going under contract in the month of July, that dropped 42.3% from June and 43.8% compared to a year ago. And that's a real slowdown in the amount of new contracts that went pending. I thought that was really particular. Now let's take a look at inventory. New listings also dropped. That was down 17.8% from June and 28.4% from last year. So these are definitely numbers worth noting. We usually see kind of like a spike in the spring. People are busy in July, they're traveling, whatever, in the summer. So maybe that is for the decrease in the amount of pendings or new listings that popped on the market. But active inventory, we're sitting at 1750 and months of supplies at 3.5 months, which is up 31.6% from June. For context, anything from about 5 to 6 months supply is generally considered still a seller's market. So at months, sellers still have the advantage here, but that number moving up is definitely something that we want to watch. So here's what sellers are getting according to these numbers. Sellers received 97.2% of the list price on average, and 7% of the homes closed over list price. Both of these numbers you can see dipped from June. So just another little small signal that things have cooled a little bit. So what do these numbers actually mean if you're thinking about relocating here? So if you're a buyer, you're not walking into a frenzy that defined this market a couple years ago. You have a little bit more room to breathe, but homes that are priced well are still moving in about a month. So you still need to be prepared to act. This isn't we'll just sit back and wait and see what happens. If there's something on the market that you're seriously interested in, just best believe there's other people too, and then it's likely gonna go. If you're selling, you're still in a favorable position, but the days of automatic bidding wars, those are over as list prices are easing. And pricing strategy definitely matters now more than it did a year ago. All right, let me know what you thought about this month's numbers. If there's somewhere else that you would like me to pull numbers from, or if you're even thinking about relocating here, I have a free 26-page guide all about relocating here to St. Johns County. Completely free to you. You can use my contact information that's listed here or in the description below, or you can comment guide, and I'd be happy to send it your way. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time.